better than that. Half a day.
Half a day.
That's what I want to hear on this Friday morning or Friday early afternoon. Half a day, and welcome to the office of the Governor of Guam. We are delighted to have you here today to help us proclaim a proclamation of the Governor proclaiming May 19 to May 25, 2024 as National Public Works Week. Before I begin, of course, want to recognize the presence of the Honorable Joshua F. Tenori, our Acting Governor of Guam. From the 37th Guam Legislature, Senator Roy Kanata. From the beautiful village of Inalaha, Mayor Anthony Chargala. Notable guests from our LGT administration, we have our Director of the Department of Public Works, your leader, Vince Areola. As well as Deputy Ernest Candeletta, Deputy Director for DPW. For the Guam Contractors Licensing Board, JP again. My top comrade, Chief of Police, Steve Ignacio. I do see Monica Guzman, Chief Executive Officer and Managing Director for Galiti Group. Hopefully. Monday Koyan, Chief Program Manager for WSP USA. So it's Josephine Villanueva, Contracts and Procurement Manager, Parsons Corporation. Also from the 37th Guam Legislature, Senator Amanda Shelton. I also want to give a big round of applause to our bus drivers, our guards, our safety inspectors, our laborers, our heavy equipment operators, our building inspectors, engineers, mechanics, electricians, custodians, analysts, administrative staff, and all the employees at all levels of the Department of Public Works. Let's give them a round of applause. And without further ado, I'm going to give the floor once again to our DPW Director, Vince Areola.
Thank you very much, Crystal. And again, Acting Governor, thank you very much for hosting us with this proclamation for DPW Week, Department of Public Works Week. I'm very pleased again to be in front of our esteemed employees and colleagues at this time. You know, when I first came on board a little over 5 years ago, I mentioned to management, and I hope it went out to staff, I've mentioned it several times, DPW is the most visible agency of Guam. We just are. Everywhere you look, we have a DPW stamp on it. Probably number 2 is GPD. We're the good guys. Chief Steve and I work so well together. And thank you so much for being here. Before I go further, again, thank you very much, Acting Governor. Thank you, Senator Kanata. Thank you, Senator Shelton, for being here and supporting us. But I've always said we are the most visible agency throughout this government. Everywhere you look, there's a stamp of DPW, whether it be our roads, our traffic signals, our bus drivers, our buildings, everywhere. You know, DPW is evident in our 700 miles of road or 800 miles of roads and traffic signals, ponding bases, everything. We just, construction, you know, we have our stamp on it. And so we're taking this time and we're taking this week to acknowledge the work that you all do. You folks, every single one of you, you need to know that everything you do every single day, I value 100%. I have your back. And, you know, there's a lot of good talk out there. There's a lot of naysayers. But I can tell you right now, I have your back. I don't let anybody downplay us. I don't let anybody here degrade us, because we do hard work. And the work we do, as you can see, Governor, if you look at most, if not all of them, they're hard workers. They're out in the field. They're fighting traffic. They're trying to clean the roads. They're trying to fix the roads. They're trying to fix equipment, so on and so forth. They're driving 20-some thousand school kids. It's a lot of work, and it's a lot of hard work. And the work they do is to be valued, because it's a work that's needed throughout this island. It's a work that benefits our community greatly. And so I don't want to take any more time because a lot of it is going to be said during the proclamation reading. But to each and every one of you, and especially your families, I want to thank you all for being a part of DPW. I cannot be any more prouder of running this department and being at the helm of this wonderful ship called DPW. Again, thank you, and God bless all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Director Vince. I now want to give the floor to our acting governor, the Honorable Joshua Tenorio.
Hafide, and good morning. Welcome to Adelup. And I want to also say thank you for a very, very good job and work that all of you are doing. Some of you are working 6-7 days a week. I know it because there has been traditionally not enough staffing at Public Works. And those of the employees that have been here for quite a long time have been carrying burden for other employees. It wasn't quite the same number. It's harder now. But I just want to say that I see the great work that's happening across the island. It's very, very visible. And I want the people of Guam to know that this is actually just a lot of activity. We have a record number of CIP projects underway throughout the island. You see it with all of the gym construction, road repairs. You see it with the construction of new facilities. We are responsible for Guam's biggest treasures, our children, in the school buses that they ride on safely every day. And I just want to recognize that, not too long ago, there was a child that was missing. Actually, the bus drivers were able, it was a mistake. The little kid, I think, just started going to school, got on the wrong bus, got out. And there was the school bus drivers that went out and found this child very rapidly, very fast. And it just shows that how organized and how focused they are in safety. We also have a tremendous amount of folks that are just out there performing the hardest work possible, right? And to those crews, and I know these are stars actually, they have been getting some assistance lately. We've been getting more equipment, better efficient equipment that's hopefully going to help the employees accomplish more and make up for the lost personnel. The other thing that happened, it's been, of course, a year since Typhoon Mawar. These employees were able to leave their families when they were also trying to survive the typhoon in order to perform public service, distributing food and supplies, clearing the main roadways, the access to the hospitals. And I know in the beginning part of the disaster, people are panicked, people are very high stress levels. When you look back at it, right, and we take a look at the kind of hardship that we have to endure because we're in an isolated part of the world, sometimes all the conveniences around, you might think that we're living in somewhere in the 48 states, the lower states, right? But just think about it. The reality is that we're living in still one of the most isolated part of the world. Around our island is the deepest ocean in the entire world. And it is going to take sometimes a bit more time for us to get on our feet. But in this case, Public Works was able to beat all the responses that we had in past typhoons. A lot of the younger people didn't have any experience dealing with a typhoon, right? It's been 21 years since most of us were in different parts of our life and younger to try and respond, but they were able to get the job done. Very, very good. So I want to thank you for all the work. Thank you for your families, as the director pointed out. And I know that on the highway side, I see them working on Saturdays, sometimes Sundays too. So I know that that is time away, but I just know also that we've been working hard to make sure that your compensation is timely. That we also take the gift we had, the silver lining from the typhoon. We were able to experience some people in the workforce from the Department of Labor, find out who those best employees are, and let's get them on board so we can permanently expand the kind of people that we have at Public Works. So on this day, I just want to, I'm glad the senators here, Senator Shelton and Senator Canacha are always unconditionally supportive every time I ask them for things to support Director Arreola. And I'm really confident that in these next few months, we're going to see so much more progress. And I hope that we're going to be providing you the better supports and more ways for you to do your job. And also, take some time though for your families. Don't let your home be unattended. If you take care of your family, then you're able to be out there to doing so much more work. So just remember, there's always that balance. Remember about life, okay? Thank you very much, Jesus Masi, and Viva DPW.
Jesus Masi, Acting Governor. And I want to give the floor to Ernest Candeletta, DPW Deputy Director, for the reading of the proclamation.
Proclamation of the Governor proclaiming May 19th to the 25th, 2024 as National Public Works Week. Whereas our island joins the nationwide celebration of National Public Works Week to recognize all public work professionals and their vital contributions to the sustainable and resilient community and their commitment to uplifting the public health and quality of life of the people of Guam. Whereas this year's theme, Advancing Quality of Life for All, aims to underscore the prevalence of public works in our communities and highlights all the advancements and work made by our public works professionals so that we may lead productive, safe, and happy lives. Whereas public works professionals include bus drivers, guards, safety inspectors, laborers, heavy equipment operators, building inspectors, engineers, mechanics, electricians, custodians, analysts, administrative staff, and all employees at all levels of government and private sector. These individuals are responsible for rebuilding, improving, and protecting our island's transportation and stormwater systems, public buildings, and other structures and facilities essential for our community. Whereas the Department of Public Works has been diligent in providing the island with safe streets and roadways through the hard work of highway maintenance and construction workers who sweep streets and paint medians and clear brush and overgrowth, enhancing road safety and protecting our community. Whereas DPW's 86 bus drivers are responsible for safely transporting around 18,000 bus riders, including students from 41 public schools, 10 Catholic schools, 5 charter schools, and 3 private schools. Whereas DPW works with the Federal Highway Administration to plan, design, construct, and maintain Guam's designated territorial highway system, including recent improvements to Route 1, Route 5, Route 28, and Routes 14 and 14B. Whereas DPW is a central hub for all construction on the island, performing inspections and issuing building permits that cultivate Guam's business activity. Whereas it is in the public works public interest for citizens, civic leaders, and children of Guam to gain knowledge of and maintain an ongoing interest and understanding of the importance of public works and public works programs on our island. And whereas as we celebrate National Public Works Week, we are reminded that all public works professionals remain the heart of our community and provide us with essential services for our island's success. Through their continuous work, they pave a pathway and advance our community to enrich our quality of life.
Now therefore, I, Joshua F. Tenorio, Abdu Maget Lahing Guahan, Acting Governor of Guam, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Organic Act of Guam as amended, do hereby proclaim May 19th to May 25th, 2024 as National Public Works Week, given under my hand and the Great Seal of Guam to be affixed here in the capital city of Hagåtña on the 17th day of May in the year of our Lord, Anno Domini 2024. Viva Public Works! Viva!
Thank you for that reading, Deputy, and thank you to our Acting Governor. I now want to call everyone to the front for that group photo and conclude our live stream event. Again, Viva DPW, and thank you for all that you do.